there. I have a confession.
They're all gonna want to take showers afterwards.
Oh my God, what's gonna happen?
This is so sexy.
Oh my goodness. I had a huge daddy fetish.
Bound to go wow wow.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Sex Tales. We have an amazing guest today. I am your co-host, Melissa Stratton, internet villain, content creator, and mattress actress. And I am here with the amazing Vanniall. How's it going, babe?
Oh, the amazing. Oh, well, you know, same old, same old. It's Vanniall, your internet girlfriend, here again with Melissa. The same old, same old. You know how it's been week after week. But instead, today we have Cherie Deville. This is the first time. We've never had Miss Cherie. How are you, Cherie?
Are you Cherie virgins? I love this.
We are.
Never had my Cherie cherry pop. Which, by the way, I totally thought that's how your name was pronounced. By the way.
You know what? I chose a complicated name, so it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. It's a beautiful name. You're a beautiful person. I've watched you in the industry since I've started, and we cannot wait to pick your brain today. So the first thing that we want to start off with is tell us about your journey. You started in a professional field and you ended up in what prompted that, and let everybody know where you came from.
Yeah, so I am currently, and my job before or directly before was as a physical therapist, and I love it. I think physical therapy is absolutely fantastic. But, you know, I started physical therapy in the 90s. And as we probably all know as Americans, insurance has changed a lot, or the way that we process insurance has changed a lot since then. And when I first got out of school, the job was fantastic. I had 30 to 45 minutes with each patient, you know, at a salary that was almost comparable to the one that I left physical therapy at. But as insurance tightens and tightens and tightens, it's putting more pressure on medical professionals kind of across the board to see more patients. And that's not just physical therapists. You've probably felt more rushed at doctors' offices. All of these things is because they're like, well, actually, we're going to pay you way less so that you have to start seeing more patients. So, you know, it went to from one patient an hour to 2 patients an hour, to by the time I left outpatient physical therapist, I had me supervising physical therapy assistants who were supervising physical therapy aides, and collectively had multiple patients every 15 minutes. And so and that's not just one clinic, that's almost normal now. So providing high quality care in the environment that I liked, which was outpatient sports and spine, became stressful. You know, and then getting your notes done and doing good documentation so that you could get any insurance claim accepted at all just became a bigger part of the job than the physical therapy. So I was starting to feel dissatisfied, and I was working too hard. And so I started working travel physical therapy, which was more part-time, I was doing the traveling work, and that gave me more time to do side work. So I was like, all right, well, what else could I do to make money? And a photographer friend of mine was like, why don't you go on Model Mayhem and sexyjobs.com? Because we were in the swinger community together. Like, we were all very chill. Like, they knew that was within my emotional wheelhouse, even at the time. So I went on to Model Mayhem, got some, you know, I don't know if you guys have been on the site, but it's like, you know, like amateur models, amateur photographers. Everyone's an amateur. You're just like taking nude photos out in a field with some like amateur dude and getting paid a few $100. But like to me, yeah, honest to God. But like to me, that was great pocket money. So I'm like, yes, I love this. And then after probably a good year of doing that, so I'm with OC Modeling for all my Sandra's my agent for adult work. And one of her headhunters found me either on sexyjobs.com or Model Mayhem. And she was like, would you like to come to LA? I think you'd be really good in porn. And I'm like, what?
You got discovered almost?
Porn. Huh?
So you got kind of discovered almost?
Sort of. I think a lot of the agents like go to cam sites, go to Model Mayhem, probably even who knows what's relevant now. This is, 13 years ago. scour the internet, if you will, for content creators where they can be like, hey, I could be your agent if you want to shoot some porn.
Right.
So I was like, oh my fucking God, that's crazy. I don't know anything about this world. It seems so far away, so incredibly unknown. It would be like someone just coming to my door right now and being like, so you want to be an astronaut? I'd be like, well, sure, but what?
I'd love to.
Like, yes, the moon sounds bomb. However, what?
How'd you get my address?
Yeah, no, seriously. So I said yes. I don't even know if I would like it. I said yes because I felt like I would regret not saying yes. It'd be like having this crazy opportunity and then looking back when I'm 90 and being like, I could have done porn, y'all. Like, what?
It's true.
Like, I felt like I couldn't not do it. Even if I didn't like it, I was like, look, she's going to book me for a week of work. I was like mostly just dating women at the time. So I was like, look, I'll just do girl. Like, I don't even know what this thing is. I'm more comfortable in this facet. So I went to LA, which was crazy. I'd never been to LA before. And I did my week of girl work and I fucking loved it. So now I'm back home going, I want to do this again. So I started like kind of like low key going like every other month for like a week and then like every month for a week. And I got to the point where I was spending half of my time at home and half of my time in LA. And I was like, this, like, you're doing this. Like, you're not like, this could be a career for you. Like you're every time you're there, you're getting booked. You're doing a good job. Years have gone by at this point. You know what I mean? Of me like balancing both worlds. I'm like, I'm going to just rip this Band-Aid off, move to Los Angeles and actually take this. Not that I was taking it professionally, but actually take this seriously. Like, this is your job and physical therapy is your side piece. Like, let's see if you take this dead seriously where you can take it. And then, I don't know, it's been 13 years. So,
Right. Hell yeah.
Boy, are we glad you made that move. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where the industry would be without you taking that leap of faith.
Oh,
That's
it
incredible.
would be fine, but thank you.
With all these interests, how do you feel like your personal growth has gone over these last 5-6 years? And how are your expectations been holding up?
Yeah. So I feel like, I mean, before and now, I've always struggled a little bit with work-life balance. And especially now owning my own business, you know, when I was a physical therapist for a lot of my career, I was working for somebody else. And only at the end was I my own, you know, business entity.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like when I'm working for myself, there's just all these other pressures. Like somehow I take it far more seriously. So really being purposefully mindful of like keeping up my hobbies, like going swing dancing a couple nights a week. I have my board game nights with my friends, you know, making sure that I'm not just like totally like tunnel vision. Like I love my job, but work is not a healthy vibe, and I can easily slide into that. So setting strong boundaries and maintaining those boundaries, for me, like maintaining like a social event boundary as strictly as I would if someone was having me on set. Like, no, I told my girlfriend I was going to brunch and therefore I cannot take this gig. Like, and really making those equally important has been something newer that I've been doing, and it's good. It's been really good for my mental health, and it's been really good for my sense of burnout that I know we all struggle with as independent business owners.
Yeah.
Starting to talk about work, but one of my favorite aspects of what you do is your incredible social media presence. And I think everybody knows about your Insta reel or your reels, your short videos about reading your DMs. It is one of my favorite series that you do. It's the way you do it that makes it so entertaining. But will you tell us about some of those crazy DMs, maybe some of your favorite or the most outrageous?
Yes,
oh my God. So I know y'all can relate to this. Like we get a lot of comments on anything that we put out on the internet, whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, Pornhub, your own website, all of these places, even other people's websites like, you know, Brazzers or whatever have spaces for comments. And even though I know we all say, don't read the comments, it's bad for you. Don't
We
feed the
all
trolls,
read
all that
them.
stuff.
We all do.
We read the
All
comments.
do.
We
We're
read
all
the
sitting there
comments.
scrolling through the comments as we're saying
Yes.
that.
Yes, because
It's
like
not good.
it's like turning away from a train wreck, right? Like there's part of you that's like grotesquely curious, and then you read them, and like I think me, like a lot of artists, are just like a raw nerve, like out in this world trying not to get pinched, right? So like I think like a lot of people, the comments can make me happy, but they can bum me out. They can feel scary. They can be all of those emotions. So for me, this was my way of kind of dealing with that and making no, your comments aren't my problem. Your comments aren't my nervous system's problem. Your comments aren't my mental health's problem. And in fact, I'm going to lightly make fun of you. Like, I don't want to bully anyone. I don't want to throw shade or be super sassy, but I feel like for me, using humor to like devalue them in a way has been so fucking therapeutic.
Oh my
That's for me.
God.
Such a
Like,
good
honestly, that
strategy.
segment is for me. It's to like take
Yeah.
the wind out of the power that they
Mhm.
might have over me and be like, I'm not the crazy one. I'm not the one out here doing something weird. Y'all's
You are.
comments are unhinged, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna fucking post it.
Right.
They are. No, and I
Oh,
think that's what
yeah.
I gathered from your series is that I didn't feel alone. You know, I know people get comments, but when you read them out loud, I'm like, I've totally gotten something like that. This is so comforting that I don't think we're the
Yes.
crazy ones.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
and it
Obviously,
was
I'm
all
not.
yeah, it was all kind of stemming from my therapist who's like you have this big problem, you're stirring it over in your head, say it out
Yeah.
loud. Sometimes giving it like a physical presence removes its power over you. And that has really happened to me for the DMs. And I've had other colleagues like you guys say the same thing, is that my DMs, because they reflect your DMs, they're not unique,
Mhm.
they're not original,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
These
they're
guys are
like,
going
you can
around.
see your DMs. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really segueing into anything much besides you winning 2023 MILF of the Year, that giant award at the AVN.
Oh, like not this past one, but the year before. Yes.
Yeah, because they
Yes.
do it. That's how they do it. It's so weird. But yeah, the 2023. How was
Mhm.
that? How was that award? Was that that definitely was not your first one? No.
It's we have a lot of award shows, and I'm kind of always only up for one category, which is fantastic, which is MILF Performer.
Mhm.
So I've been so blessed to win that award at different times with like XBiz and AVN. So
Mhm.
sometimes my like weird dyslexic brain gets like which year has been which mixed up, but I
That's a
have
good
had the
problem to
pleasure
have,
of
I
winning
think.
MILF Performer of the Year for each of the big like XRCO, XBiz, AVN, Hub. So it's definitely a blessing. Best old lady.
Yeah. Not old at all. You are a MILF when you hit 23.
Oh.
This is well known.
Dude.
We all know
Like,
this.
seriously.
Unfortunately.
45 though, I feel like that's a legit enough age for it to be a MILF.
We'll take it. Yeah.
That is a
I think
legit
you-
sexy age. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You were also nominated for a fan award for favorite star creator, correct?
Right.
So
I did not
tell
win
us-
that one, but that's such an honor because I put my
Right.
heart and soul into creating for my fans. I'm only doing studio work a couple times a month, if that. Like 99% of my time is going into creating for y'all, creating for the fans, like getting feedback, seeing what sells, trying to make my heart happy, being creative. So like to get noticed in that realm, which is newer to me in my career. I spent most of my 13 years only working for other people. And since I've pivoted to being more of a content creator, it's really nice to be like, to get that thumbs up, like, yay, you're also doing a good job in that space.
Oh, you're doing incredible in that space. I was sorry, let me fangirl for a second. You did
Right.
like kind of a dom scene with another female performer on a guy. And it had like an equestrian theme, right?
Yes. I know the one
It
you're
was
talking about. Me and Julia
huge.
Ann.
Yes. And I had never seen anything like it. So not only are you making content, but you're making very creative, high production value content. It's incredible.
Thank you.
Oh yes.
That one was fun. I like personally find pony play to be super sexy. So we dressed Marcello in a lot of my pony play garb, like that I have for me, because like I like to be a sub. But I'm a dom in most of my films, mommy, dom, you know, in control. So Julia Ann and I, who also actually rides horses, put on like our fanciest equestrian gear, rented out a stable, and put that pony through his paces. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
I got to see that. That sounds so
You
hot.
do.
So when I
You
asked
do. It's not like
earlier
anything
if
out
you
there.
were a car girl, it turns out you're a horse girl.
She's a horse girl.
Oh my goodness.
A
I knew you rode
pony
something.
girl. That's incredible. And I love to when you get to share like a side of you that like really enjoys something and that you don't normally get to share. Like you said, you like pony play. Like that's not something I've ever encountered before. But when I saw that, I was interested. I did research. You know, like I think it's so important for people to do work that's authentic to them.
Okay, funny story. I actually got invited to an orgy last week, but before I went, I actually wanted to see the people who were going to be at the orgy. And okay, I just made that up. But that's literally the season of Cam Girlfriend Season 2, which you can watch on the Camming Life YouTube channel. So who's your favorite performer? Who's Cherie Deville's like go-to late at night?
I don't, when I'm off, I only watch animated.
Oh yeah? You're like the third
like,
person that has said that. You are not.
She's on trend, baby.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, once you start like knowing so many, part of it is knowing so many people in the industry and being like, oh, they used to date, or oh my gosh, that's her bored face, or like, you know, whatever, or you know.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, she's like so annoyed right now. Like, yeah. It makes it a little like, okay, I guess I can't really be watching this.
You know what I've seen lately is they leave the double tap in. And for civilians, the double tap means this is too much, let's stop. But they forgot to cut.
Why would you leave that in?
They've cut
I
out
don't get it.
The part, but they left the double tap. I'm like, go, what? Like, and so that takes me out of it. I'm like, she's not even enjoying that.
She just said, like, yeah. Like, my brain instantly goes into, okay, I thought the scene was done. Why are we still going? So, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, animated for me. And I like all kinds of animated, but I've lately been into more like actual cartoons that you may have seen before turned naughty. That's my recent go-to. Yeah, like if it's like a Family Guy episode, or you know what I mean. But then it's like
I was literally, my head was quite literally just thinking that because I had just recently seen some Family Guy. Lois is very popular. Yeah. Oh yeah.
She got some nice titties, nice animated titties.
Oh yeah.
Good bounce. Oh my God, I love it. Well, thank you for sharing your watching tips with us. Our fans always want sexual tips, like tips on how to please a partner. What's important for you? What are the highlights? What do people that are having sex need to know about how to be a good partner?
I think the most important thing, and the thing that so many people, even some people in porn, but that so many people don't do, is have a honest, open communication. That could be even during sex. Like if someone is performing oral sex on me, I will say faster, slower, harder, softer. You know, I'm not gonna like leave you to just flap in the wind. I'm gonna let you know what my body likes. And I would hope that you would let me know what your body likes, because I'm gonna ask about it. It doesn't have to be like clinical or boring. You can make it hot if it's in the context of sex, but communicating during sex, before sex, after sex, especially if it's with a partner that you're seeing, you know, if it's like a one night stand, maybe keep it to communication during sex, except for like, no, don't do this. You can do that before. But if this is a partner you're having for months or years on end, you should have a very open dialogue about things that you like, things you'd like to try, things you don't want to do. And when you're not having an open and honest dialogue about sex, like you're going to have less orgasms. You're going to have less fun. You're going to have less experimentation. That should not be, you're already, how is talking about fucking taboo? You're already like, let's stop. let's stop that.
Yeah. Let's stop and let's talk about it a little bit. It's true. I
Yes.
feel like people kind of just like, they don't want to talk about it, but they do want to do it, but they want so much more from it that they're not willing to share with their partner. And
yeah, and then
so
they
it
throw
just
shade
needs-
like, oh, she was bad in bed or whatever. Like, you didn't even tell me what you wanted. How could I have been good in bed?
Do you have any blowjob techniques? Is there a right way to do a blowjob? Or is there, no. Is there a wrong way to do a blowjob?
That also depends on the partner. Like, for example, like this isn't, I'm not throwing him under the bus. Like Tommy Pistol wants you to bite his dick. He wants you to bite it and he wants you to bite it hard. But if you could say never bite a dick, right? You could say, oh, here's one thing you should never do, bite a dick. But even that is not something that you should never do, because if you're Tommy, you better bite that dick and you better bite it good. Right? So again, like I feel like communication. Although I will say one thing that I do a lot in porn that most of my partners with penises have told me that they're not that into. Like if I'm trying to get somebody with a penis to come, like it's time to come, I'm probably not going to be deep throating. Even though everyone wants you to deep throat and deep throat and deep throat on like if I want to get a cock to come, I'm probably going to do a hand or two hands and my mouth more at the tip, making sure everything's wet and sloppy and super well lubricated. But to me, the kind of boring job from my, I put in my 10,000 hours, from my 10,000 hours of experience, that's going to get more to come than a deep throat.
Let's give a little love to the ladies. I know you were also an expert in the ladies as well. Tips and tricks. Because my ears are wide open. Yeah. I want to know.
Again, like I said, even before, so especially when you're with a woman, there's so much emphasis on like if this is a pussy, instead of like in my real life, I would just be like in it, like doing it, in it. Yeah. But in you're like,
it is.
Right. Off to the side.
So like underwhelming a little bit. Like I try and mix it up so that there's pleasure involved, but sometimes doing things for the camera is like the antithesis of what a fucking pussy wants. Right. So again, communication. Because for me, I want you to go soft for like 30 seconds, and then I want you to like go fucking nuts, aggressive, sucking, firm licking, more than one finger. Where like one of my in real life girlfriends, I would be a nightmare for her. She wants slow, steady, a gradual ramp up. Like don't even start going anywhere near aggressive for at least 15 minutes. So like that's a tough one too. I don't think like some people love a little penetration. Some people just want like a thumb around the opening of the vagina while you're going on the clit. Like there's so many different things, or a finger in the butt, or like don't you dare touch my butt. So again, there's so much variety in my sexual partners that I don't think there's a one size fits all answer, other than perhaps really pay attention to your partner's body language. Like, don't just say, I'm going to do the alphabet and it makes the ladies come every time. And then she's like, and you're not even paying attention,
She's like half asleep. She's like on her Switch. Like does that work? Do people still do that?
If you do alphabet, I can tell. I catch up at about E. Because you're like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
And then you're like, oh, I know what he's doing. I'm on to you. Don't do that.
Also, if I say I'm close to coming, do exactly what you were doing. Whatever you were doing, keep
don't
doing
change
that.
what you were doing.
Why
would you change what you were doing when I just said this feels amazing and I'm about to come as a result of it?
We get excited, okay?
True. True.
I don't know.
Lord.
Just some eager beavers.
Pet peeve.
Yeah. Do you have any more pet peeves?
I should list them. I don't have them. Like in terms of real life, what's funny about me? I'm pretty down to bang a lot of different humans.
Help me
but
too.
Sometimes if someone like is hot, like they're sexy, I'm like ready to fuck. And then they start saying some like uneducated My pussy dries up so fast. So like,
You like it when they shut the fuck up?
depending on what
Yeah.
their views are. Yeah. Yeah, I do.
What projects are you working on right now, Cherie?
I'm like I work, so I'm contracted with Brazzers. So we're shooting a couple times a month, and they're always good scenes because they get to use me so rarely. They always put me in like super bomb stuff. And then I launch 12 scenes a month across my platforms. So like I'm always doing something. My best friend and I, yeah, I know it's chaos. It's chaos. It's full chaos. Plus I do like daily content, what I'm up to every day, like little sexting stuff, casual stuff like that. But yeah, also because I feel like 12 scenes is a lot, but I kind of have a couple different brands. So each type of fan really only is getting a couple scenes that they like in a way. Cause I could be like femdom. Well, that's great for a few people. Stepmommy, that's great for a few people. Like, do you know what I mean? So I try and give each of my main niches a couple scenes. And then by that time, there's a shit ton,
That's smart though. That's very smart. Are you like diligent as hell? Do you have like a schedule that you're like, okay, I'm doing these this
diligent as
day?
hell. Yeah,
Really?
even when I did that Snapchat hustle for like 5 years, and to toot my own horn, the people were paying a monthly membership, and you could promise whatever you wanted, but I promised a new live show every day, and I didn't miss one for 5 years. Period.
Whoa.
And it went down in my life. Don't think it didn't. Of course it did. I just didn't miss.
I know
That's
that's
like
right.
I'm diligent as also toxically Gen X. I'm not recommending that, but like I'm diligent as yeah.
So what are some of your favorite scenes to shoot? What are you into right now?
My favorite recent scene is me. This girl I had this biggest crush on, like online for years, Juliet Michaels, cosplayer, queen icon, and Abigail Morris, like sexy body, like tall glass of water. And I did a cosplay scene, which is so my jam. The two of them dressed as Bowsette. So, like, do you know Super Mario at all? Yes.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my
So
God.
it's like the female Bowser. There's a backstory. It's actually
Very
like
hot.
a Princess Peach Bowser amalgamation, but whatever. We don't need to get super nerdy. They were Bowsettes, right? I had one of my favorite studio owners build us a Bowser's castle, complete with a picture of them on the wall above their bed. Legit, amazing.
The detail.
I was Princess Peach. They captured me. I bought giant bad dragon lizard dildos to match their lizard forms, and they DP'd me.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
That's insane.
That's so much fun. That was like one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, I'm gonna be subbing to your site after this.
Oh yeah. At least one of them.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
So much
incredible.
fun. Oh my God.
I love it.
Yeah.
Vibrant. But we always move into a section called This or That, where we just ask you kind of some rapid fire sex questions because this is Sex Tales. So V, hit us with the first one.
Do you like completely shaven or a little trimmed?
A little trim.
Yeah?
Ooh.
Yeah, even though I'm completely shaven, but that was from the early 2000s when I didn't know there was like another choice. Like it had been that way for so long that I got lasered. So I like now that like Bush is in and like I want to embrace it, I like literally can't. A little bit of hair grows, but it's all scraggly and sad and it looks worse than nothing.
Oh, you can't get a full bush?
No, it's just it looks like I have some sort of health problem.
This one, I know is going to be a complicated question for you. Dom or sub?
I'd say now I'm a solid switch, but I definitely get wetter subbing.
Mm-hmm. You've played Dom in a lot of your professional scenes.
Yeah.
What's it like to have to channel an energy that doesn't feel natural to you?
I think through performing, it's become more and more and more natural for me. But it's kind of like acting. Like it's a fun, genuinely fun character to play, especially since as sort of a subby little kitten, I know what I want my doms to be like in like whether it's a nice dom, a mean dom, like, so I really enjoy channeling exactly what I would want to receive out, you know? So in a way it's sort of the same, like I'm providing my fantasy of what I'd like to be receiving. So now you know exactly what I want. Watch my films.
I love that. Yeah. Oh, I've been taking notes. Don't worry.
Okay, so next one. This one may be hard, but let me know if it like changes from like photos and also for like, you know, like, meat. Bigger, small. Bigger, small.
I feel like there's a spectrum for me where there is a too small and there is a too big, or especially like if it's super, super small, that's fine. Penetration just might not be the thing that's going to make me come with you. You might have to do oral or a combination, or we might have to use a toy. And then there's a large section of like, yes, you could make me come with penetration or with penetration and clitoral stimulation. And then we get to like the giant bugs, you know, like the dreads. And it is fun, but it's like Joanna Angel once told me, vacation. Like you got to get ready for it. You got to and wax for it. You gotta, you know what I mean? Like you're exercising for it. You gotta take a break after it. Like you had a good time, but you can't be doing that every day.
Not every day, no.
Yeah.
Exactly. You need boyfriend, and boyfriend is not a 13-incher.
Not for me.
Not for me either. Not for me either. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When you're DJing by yourself, do you prefer to do it the old school way, or do you enjoy sex toys?
95% of the time, old school. It's not that I don't enjoy sex toys, but like, I don't know, that's just how I've been doing it. Like, that's just how I've been doing it since I was, you know, young. And so I really enjoy that. Yeah.
Acoustic, that's right.
Yeah. Acoustic, yeah.
I'm an acoustic performer at home most of the time.
Nice. Spit or swallow?
I like to swallow unless I'm showing off for camera. You know what I mean? Like, just swallow it. That's fine. Unless your partner or the camera wants you to be like, oh, here it is. Suck it. Oh, here it is again.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the only reason I'm going to put it out of my mouth and like do stuff with it is so that the viewer, whether it's my partner or the camera, can be like, wow, that was a lot of semen. And I'm enjoying looking at all of that semen, you know?
Yeah. Swallowing isn't that exciting on camera, unfortunately.
Right. It's just like gone.
Yeah.
I remember the most embarrassing story. It was like one of my first boy-girl scenes. It was a boy-girl. And our instructions were, he's going to come in her pussy. You're going to suck it out and swallow it. So like he came in her pussy. I slurped that shit up and immediately swallowed it. They had to do the pop shot over. I was in so much
trouble. No.
Oh crap, I forgot.
I immediately swallowed it.
Hey, you did what they asked. Okay?
Not on you. I mean, now I know better. But like I took it very literally. They meant play with it, then swallow it. But
I know. If anything, I feel like I've learned a lot from you today. Do's and don'ts. But I have learned a ton. Thank you so much for giving us this little piece of your life, of your day. We've so enjoyed talking to you. Before we let you go, is there anything else you want to let the fans know?
My closing remarks is that y'all are fabulous. That's all.
My goodness.
Thank you. Well, the feeling is mutual. We were so incredibly lucky to have you. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And we will see you guys all next time.
Hey, Sex Squad. Remember to spank that like button and subscribe on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/camminglife.
And make sure to subscribe to Sex Tales wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
Yes.